We have pulled out some of our good threads today. Check it out, because we're heading to Europe.
We're really skittish because there's an elk.
There's a mountain lion out there.
That's not funny.
Just joking.
Domo arigato, Mr. Roboto. Hi everyone, welcome to Learning Brave. I'm Skylar.
And I am dressed for success. And my name is Ross.
Ross presents the 1999 sweater collection.
I got it at Prague.
You're so weird. Anyway,
Sorry.
today we are taking you on an adventure to one of our favourite places in all of Europe, Prague. And so it is so magical, we're going to just quickly lay out our top 10 adventures that you cannot miss.
And these are 10 things that we did, we loved, and we highly recommend if you get a chance to go there, do it too. If not, sit back, relax, enjoy.
And come travelling.
Yeah, just come travel with us. Enjoy the photos, enjoy the experiences.
Number 1, the Astronomical Clock. Okay, legend has it that in the Middle Ages there was a clockmaker who was so talented that he created the most perfectly measured clock of all time.
That's giving me goosebumps.
This clock measured time as well as celestial bodies.
You could have been on one of those shows. It's like Days of Our Lives.
I don't think they're nearly as cool and dramatic as me. Okay, to ensure that the clockmaker never again recreated such a treasure,
They burnt his eyes out.
The commissioners had him blinded for real, and
burnt his
since
eyes
then
out.
the clock has been cursed.
It has. So if you go to Prague, expect to be cursed by Baba Yaga and the Astronomical Clock. Oh, it is a centerpiece of the town square.
Of course, the town square is always the place to go in Europe, but in Prague, the town square with the astronomical clock is there's the church with the witch's hat, and there's the tower, and there's like the best hot chocolate you've ever had.
Yeah.
But they're all like around the astronomical clock. The reason you go to the square is to see the astronomical clock. It's like the oldest, weirdest, most medieval clock in the world.
It was pretty epic, actually. We saw a few astronomical clocks in our time in Europe, but this one was number one, hands down, the best.
Like they have like moving figurines when the hour chimes, and like one of them is death. So they have the apostles.
They do. The apostles. There's death.
Oh, der Tod. Wie sieht Death, das Gott?
Das sind die Apostel.
Da ist der Tod, Mann.
Ach, das läuft Leute.
So the clock shows like the movements of the heavens, as well as the time, as well as the seasons and the month, and like it tells you everything you'd need to know.
Does it also have the moon shapes?
Yeah, it has everything. Yeah.
Number 2, the Charles Bridge. Most famous bridge in all of Prague and arguably all of Europe, to be honest.
It used to be the only bridge connecting the two land masses.
Yeah.
And I feel very mystical and magical about it because one of my favourite books was set there, and it's about angels and demons, and on the statue are angels.
Really?
And and there's all these creepy stories about like martyr crosses. Do you remember that?
Oh yeah.
And from when like martyrs died, I think it was
Yeah,
the
that's
worst
right.
channel
Well,
ever.
they had. I mean, in the early days, there was actually a Protestant uprising against the Catholic Church in Prague, and it was led by I think his name was Hus.
And anyway, they were pushed off the bridge, and they were also like there was some army that was coming, and they defended the incoming army on the bridge. The bridge
It was a bit like Gandalf. You shall not pass the Charles Bridge.
You cannot pass!
Number 3. This is guaranteed the weirdest thing you will ever see in your life. Ready? Drum roll. Prague's giant babies.
My babies, they're huge.
David, I don't know how to say this. David
David
Cerny. I don't know. He's like a really unique artist, and he created these giant bronze babies, and they're in a few locations, and like they're actually climbing like the Telstra Tower.
Really?
Yes,
I
and
didn't see
they're
that one.
also like they're also like you can climb on them. So we have all these disturbing photos of our kids like
With their heads sticking out the backsides of
their
these
butts
babies,
and stuff,
yeah.
and their faces are barcodes. So these giant bronze babies with barcode faces, and yeah, Prague.
Modern art at its best. Modern art at its best. Absolutely wonderful.
It represents like stuff, like it's like a commentary on
Modern society.
yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
It was very deep.
She's the artistic one in our family. Heaven help us, right? Heaven help us. Okay, number 4 on our list is definitely Prague Castle. I mean, we saw a lot of castles when we were in Europe, but this one was pretty special. I spent a whole day there with my daughter, looking through just about every single room in the castle and every board that told us anything, because she loves that stuff.
And special interest, they actually do a changing of the guards ceremony in front of the castle.
They do.
So it's their own, like I always think of that as English, but they do it in Prague.
Yeah, we even
They're
went.
very serious guards.
We even went to the room in the castle where the Protestant, sort of, what were they called? The Protestant people that were having their little demonstration threw the Catholic representative out the window. It happened twice. Read it on Google. It's amazing.
Defenestrated.
The defenestrations in Prague Castle.
I know that word because one of my favourite books is set in the Czech Republic, and he defenestrates someone.
Yeah. I hope that comes back into the English dictionary.
Check out the links below. I'll link my blog post about books set in the Czech Republic, and you can also learn about
Defenestration.
Here at Learning Brave, you learn all sorts of like not facts about places and then useless random trivia.
Yeah, it's true.
All right, number 5, puppets. So Prague and the Czech Republic have this amazing cultural tradition of puppetry, and you can buy a puppet, and I really wanted one. It was on my list of like must-have souvenirs, and I never actually bought one.
We never had any room because we had 2 cuckoo clocks and lots of Polish pottery and...
No, I couldn't pick. Like, they were just so beautiful. Like, do you get a gnarly demon or do you get a mermaid?
Oh,
like,
the Baba Yaga puppets were the best.
like they're just so unique and amazing and expensive. So definitely you must go check out. I mean, definitely it's amazing to view the puppets. Owning them, well, if you have a lot of money, then yeah.
No problem. Number 6 is a museum, but not any sort of museum. It is a miniature museum. And we stumbled upon this by accident. It was not in the guidebooks that we were watching. We just stumbled into this museum, went inside, and it was pretty cool.
Yeah,
because
like as in like artwork on grains of rice and like tiny stuff. So the kids had to like walk around and look in these microscopes to see the artwork, and it was like mind-blowing.
I think one of them on a grain of rice had like a whole chapter of the Bible written on a grain of rice. And I was like, come on, that's not possible. It's possible.
It's possible. In Prague, anything is possible.
It's amazing.
Okay. Number 7, another museum, the Gingerbread Museum. I'm all about food. I'm a huge gingerbread fan. Perfect.
Good match.
It was more like a shop than a museum, but my kids, they got to like decorate their own gingerbread for free.
It was free.
We paid for the gingerbread. That was
The
it.
decorating was free because we bought the gingerbread.
And they also sell cream-filled, chocolate-covered gingerbread.
Why would you bring that up now? I'm so hungry now.
I would love one of them.
I
right now.
would so eat one of those.
Much later.
Number 8 on our list for Prague is the Fincula. Our experience, it wasn't that fun, but it is called a Fincula nonetheless. We didn't have the right change to get the tickets to go on the Fincula, and that was frustrating.
Yeah, you had to pay in change, in exact change.
Yeah, that was frustrating. But when we worked that out and we went the second time, we did take the Fincula, the cog. It was like a cog railroad up to the top of the hill. It was great. It was wonderful. We had a horse ride up there. Great views of Prague. Something you should do. And it was a beautiful actually walk. You walk through the forest up there and then you come back down. And that's when we actually saw and found our miniature museum. So had we not taken the Fincula, we wouldn't have found the miniature museum.
Because it's fun in the Fincula.
Yeah.
Number 9 is Lennons Wall. Lennons Wall is all about, it's a graffiti display about free speech and non-violent rebellion. And it was begun in the Nazi regime, and they kept trying to paint over it, and they kept getting graffiti.
Are you sure it was Nazi? Wasn't it a statement against communist rule, the USSR?
Yes, could be that too.
Because, you know, John Lennon wasn't really a thing when the Nazis were about.
That's true.
He probably wasn't even born back then. But that's okay.
Fine, I'll read.
No. We leave that on there. We leave that on there. Just so everyone can see that you do art and I do history.
I do art, but I don't know what I'm talking about.
We are on to number 10. And this one relates to Good King Wenceslas looked out on the feast of Stephen. Yes, the patron saint of Prague and the Czech Republic, King Wenceslas. He has a square named after him with one of the most exquisite, amazing statues right in the middle of it, all about him. And he deserves it.
And there's all fun stuff
He
around
deserves
the
it.
square. But
He's a great king.
Yeah, I mean, there's a great story, and we were just so excited to realise, well, what the heck that carol was.
I know.
We have only just barely scratched the surface of the great, cool things to do in Prague. It's kind of like a quirky, interesting, different... I loved it. I absolutely loved it.
Honestly,
and there were so many museums and places that we didn't even get to see.
We could probably do a whole nother one with all the other things that you can do in Prague as well. It's a great city. We loved it. We'll go back again one day. We promise we will. Prague, the Czech Republic, we love you. We're coming back.
I hope you enjoyed coming on a trip to Prague with us today. And let us know what you think your most magical favourite place in the world is and why. We would love to hear from you. If you would like more actual facts,
Check our blog.
check my blog. All the links are below. We have a list of favourite books set in the Czech Republic. We have lots of adventures that we had there as a family. It's a really special place. See you next time. Lennons Wall is all about, it's a display about... Shut up. Okay. Shut up.